Okay, we're live. So, so welcome to Take and Chill episode 5. It was almost cancelled because, obviously many men didn't show up due to some issues, whatever. But I still have one of the legends with me, which is obviously the darkest force of Bangladesh eSports, Aga Rafsan, aka Reaper. Now, darkest force কেন বলছি যারা তাকে already জানো, you'll know what I meant. And obviously, you have me, your Lord and Savior, Salman Chowdhury Abir. And আজকের আর কি, it's a different episode than compared to any of the ones I did before, because generally this show is centered around more techie stuff, but I thought it's about time that we finally do a show centered around esports. Unfortunately, Jishnu couldn't make it because many men had some troubles, I guess. But yeah, we will continue without him because, hey, the show must go on, right? So, Reaper, how are you? Yeah, so how are you, man?
First of all, thank you for having me on the show. It's an honor. And second, I'm doing great, alhamdulillah. Can't complain.
Well, are you physically well nowadays?
Yeah, I'm completely fine, alhamdulillah.
Okay, cool. So, one of the things that I want to, point out today was that the thing is that you're probably aware যে বাংলাদেশে এখন খেলা হচ্ছে eSportsl India Premiership অনেকগুলো ম্যাচ চলতেছে, ডটারও ম্যাচ চলতেছে, সিএসগোরও ম্যাচ চলতেছে। সো অনেকদিন পর বাংলাদেশ থেকে একটা নট রিয়েলি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল বাট সাবকন্টিনেন্টাল একটা রিপ্রেজেন্টেশন হচ্ছে। হোয়াট ডু ইউ থিঙ্ক অ্যাবাউট দ্যাট?
যাই হোক, if it is I would, even if it is just India, but this is a competition, people have to start somewhere.
Yeah, obviously we're going up against tier 2 teams, right? Yeah.
Yes, back in the days I still remember people were not doing anything at all. It was first SP as a team who won a tournament in India, right? It boosted and motivated so many players at so many levels. It drastically changed the scene, and I would love to give it a shout out to Masterpiece, Snakey, especially Wolf, Closer, for that amazing win for the country.
Yeah,
Actually, it motivated me a lot as well, and that is when I thought that maybe it was time to do something big internationally than nationally.
Well, you are one of the few persons, right, who actually achieved some stuff at an international level. কারণ বাংলাদেশের মানুষরা যেটা একটা, I guess it's one of their খারাপ স্বভাব যে তারা বাংলাদেশের যেসব টাইটেল অ্যাচিভ করে, they take it way too seriously, in my personal opinion. And they think that it's something that they can really make a lot out of. But the thing is, until you actually compete at an international level, or just try to, even if you get bored at 16-0 or something like that, it is experience worthwhile. Do you think যে বাংলাদেশে এখন এরকম একটা ল্যাকিংস আছে যেখানে মানুষকে রিয়েলাইজ করে না যে they need to actually step up and face stronger opponents even if they get crushed, right? In order to improve. I think এরকম একটা ল্যাকিংস আছে that hey, I own IOB, I own NOC or something like that. এবং এগুলো যদি মানুষের মধ্যে যে স্যাটিসফ্যাকশনটা গ্রো করে, they're way too satisfied, right? They shouldn't be. They should realize this is just national competition. Yes, for someone up and coming, it should be something, a good stepping stone. But for people who are winning constantly, I don't think it should be something they're satisfied with. Do you agree with that or do you not?
I completely agree with you, but it's an open-ended question. So if you don't mind, I would like to explain some bits of it.
Right.
So, যেটা বলছি সেটা হচ্ছে যে basically Bangladesh gaming tier-টা এমনভাবে develop, there are people who is playing at absolutely the best tier in Bangladesh possible.
Right.
Then there are people who are just simply average.
Right.
And there are people who hits a skill cap so fast.
Right.
Cannot go up the ladder. আমি যদি CSC নিয়ে দেখি, my most favorite player of all time is actually Eccentric.
Bangladesh Eccentric, who represented us in 1.6, right?
Not because of how he just plays. Overall, as a player,
right.
His mindset and everything, right?
Yeah.
They're great players. I would, if I don't name such players, সবাইকে বলতে পারবো না. Code Vengeance, there's Slash, ঠিক আছে?
Right.
Then there, I don't know many of the players right now, but I have seen them at tournaments. They're amazing. I've seen them play in the past. Hellfire was amazing.
The current evolution lineup, all of them are actually at a higher level than any other group of team in general. So they have been dominating for a while. So unfortunately, they weren't able to represent us in this eSportsl India Premiership, whatever the reason that was. But yeah, Novers are still doing pretty well.
আমি জাস্ট সিম্পলি বলে দিই আমার পয়েন্ট অফ ভিউতে বাংলাদেশের প্রবলেমটা হচ্ছে দিস ইজ লাইক লা লিগা, মানে অনেকে ফুটবল দেখে যেন ফুটবলের অ্যাসপেক্টে বললে ইজি হবে, যেরকম বিপিএল it is very unpredictable,
right?
Like BPL, EPL, however you see it. মানে no any team can win any season, but in Bangladesh it's just Barcelona, Real Madrid, and sometimes Atletico comes like a one-time showstopper, right? So just like that, মানে এখানে সিনে এত ডেভেলপমেন্ট আর যারা ভালো হইতে থাকে they just keep on getting better and better. I don't know why these people lose motivation. I can point out a lot of reasons, like social aspects are a big part of this reason. ঠিক আছে, and then there are players,
there are some audio troubles.
These titles.
Yeah.
Reaper, is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now. Carry on. Yeah. So you're saying that there are some social aspects to this, you know, the growth of esports. Carry on with that.
So as I was saying, বাসা থেকে সাপোর্ট তো মোস্ট গেমার্স এর নাই, মানে আই এম গ্রেটফুল টু মাই প্যারেন্টস ফর সাপোর্টিং মি, and then আরো ইম্পর্টেন্টলি মোটিভেশন নাই। এই যে ছেলেগুলা খেলছে, what are they getting out of মানে বাইরে তো people are getting money, team houses, sponsors, এখানে it's very minimal, মানে if you tell somebody everything they have in their life,
right,
for esports,
one thing that I would like to point out, you know, would like to point out that even international, they don't have anything when they're starting out, because apni hoyto bolte paren je, as an example, hey, outside of Bangladesh and even in India nowadays, right, they have a lot of sponsors now, they have gaming house and stuff like that, basically more resources in general, but at a starting level player, he doesn't have access to them directly, neither does anyone in Bangladesh, right? So you can actually make a comparison here that every entry level player has to start with nothing. So Bangladesh jodi orom mentality rakhe na amar orom sujog subidha nai, and they, you know, whine about that, that's actually a negative thing. So that's why I actually admire the things some of the Bangladeshi players do, that they keep pushing regardless of the things they have, right?
Yes, that is true. Like I mean, I can name so many players right now, যারা কমিউনিটির জন্য, শুধু প্লেয়ার্স না, পিপল হু হ্যাভ ডান সো মাচ ফর দিস কমিউনিটি, বাট এই কমিউনিটি ওদেরকে কোনোভাবে মনে রাখে না।
There's definitely a lack of recognition here. There's no doubt about that.
Recognition তো প্রবলেম। একটা ছেলে মনিটারি রিওয়ার্ড না পাক, সে বেনিফিটস রিপ অফ না করুক, অ্যাটলিস্ট তো রেকগনিশন পাবে, ওটাও পাচ্ছে না সে। আর আমি যে বারবার ছেলে ওয়ার্ডটা ইউজ করছি জাস্ট টু প্রুভ দ্যাট এইখানে গেমিং ইজ নট ইভেন gender diversified. It's just whether there is few female gamers, but nobody wants to play games seriously, and those who want, I really support them, and I would try my best in the future to help these people achieve what they want in life. But right now there are a lot of things I would like to discuss if you permit me to, and if you have the time, that is.
Yeah, sure, we'll go to other things, but yeah, but there's one thing that I would like to point out, right, is that I think there's one thing that is underestimated, যে বাংলাদেশে একটা ইস্যু যেটা সবাই ফেস করে, that a lot of people don't realize, you know, how hard it is to go pro in a video game, right? It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of dedication, and a lot of young lads, so to speak, they end up sacrificing a lot, okay? And for ejonno hoy ki je oneke onek kichu deয়, they sacrifice a lot, they get bad grades and stuff like that just to get better at the game, and then they go ahead and say je na amar Bangladesher erokom sujog subidha নাই, I don't have the resources necessary to go at the highest level and compete, right? So do you think issues like that are something that holding back our country, because people don't realize how hard it is to go pro in a video game?
I completely agree with you. Like, যদি আমি আমার পার্সোনাল এক্সপেরিয়েন্স থেকে বলি, I still remember the first time I won a national level tournament and qualified abroad.
Right.
The sponsors did not pay anything for my ticket.
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
It was WCG, and they paid me nothing. Nada.
And arekta issue is that when you're going competitively, right, you don't even have that big of a chance to win, because you're going from a lower level, right? And if you don't constantly compete with stronger people, how are you going to get better? So it's a very bad circle that people get stuck on.
I just tell my story. I mean, nije dhol pitachhi na, mane please guys, it's nothing. I'm just telling you my experience.
Right.
When I won WCG 2009 against Mainman, the organizer of WCG in Bangladesh told me that you would not be going to China. I asked why. He said last year, main man, your friend, went there. He was unable to win a single game.
Right.
I'm like, okay.
So what do you expect?
I told him that this year he came back.
Right.
Now, just give me just 1 minute. I'll finish it quick.
Okay.
He said that na bhaiya. When he came back, he learned a lot of things that actually motivated players like me, Andet Faraz, Game Bhai, Rashad, to step up our games. Even James back to the bone. Right. We stepped up. That was one hell of a tournament. We did not know who was going to win WCG 2009. And তারপর আমি জিতার পর আমাকে বলছে that sorry we won't be able to sponsor you. I told to my parents that they actually paid my expenses for WCG, everything. It was my first tournament, so I went there. I somehow ended up in the round of 16. Actually, I'm the only Bangladeshi player who have managed it in WCG level.
Right.
All right, fine. I got thrashed by the Chinese champion. I came back, right?
Right.
The next year, I was in the round of 8.
Right. So you made progress. So it's because you went through it, right? So we time able to say if someone doesn't get and gets his ass spanked, right? How is he gonna get better? এটাই আর কি অনেকের
Of course not. You're getting better.
So অনেকে একটা জিনিস কি চিন্তা করে, ফর এক্সাম্পল ধরো ইন্ডিয়াতে একটা কোয়ালিফায়ার্স হচ্ছে, I'm just giving an example. Wait, why did we go offline all of a sudden? The stream is offline. Give me a minute. Okay, we're back online. So anyways, as I was saying, যে আর কি আমার একটা ধরো ইন্ডিয়াতে একটা কোয়ালিফায়ার হচ্ছে, so a lot of people what they think is that okay, I'm gonna spend X amount of money and I'm not even gonna win, ঠিক আছে? So what do I get in return? And no one is even funding them. রিস্কটা নিয়ে যে কেউ একজন যাবে for the sake of getting better is something that really lacks in Bangladesh. So আর কি আমার কথা হলো যে if you really have a potential team after you have conquered the nation, let's say nationally you're the best team there is, then you really should go ahead and take that risk, right? You need to take that risk, save the money, whatever you want to do, and then you have to go ahead and just do it. মানে এটা মাইন্ডে রাখতে হবে, okay, maybe we're gonna get our ass raped or something. At the end of the day, that is an experience that will elevate the scene entirely, not just you. ঠিক আছে, and it is worth the money.
It is absolutely true. Right. When I got my ass kicked in 2009, I came back better and better every year. And after 2009, I did not pay a single penny for all the tournaments I've traveled and played internationally. Not a single penny.
Right.
Except for my shopping, that is. So the thing is, like, people need to experience. Like, I still remember how Excel went to WCG in 2008.
Right.
People said they could do nothing. I saw them play in 2009. They still suffered, but they took some great rounds.
Yeah, and that is one of the things that has been brought up multiple times.
So much better.
And হ্যাঁ, মানে সিরিজের ক্ষেত্রে আমি বলতেছি the Eccentric and Co, obviously they represented us in WCG, right? And আর কি সবার খালি একটা জিনিস মনে আছে যে hey, they got 16-0 and stuff like that, they got flying knifed or some stuff like that, ঠিক আছে? কিন্তু no one actually realizes that how much that helped elevate the scene, যে ওই জিনিসটাকে কতটা সিনটাকে বেটার করছে। অ্যান্ড ওইটার কারণেই তো আজকে মানে আর কি we can actually say that hey, we have gone to that level and we know how much below we are, so we have an understanding যে আমাদের কতটুকু পুশ করে এখন সিএস সিনটাকে আবার ইভেন করতে হবে, রাইট? So that is what I'm saying. There needs to be yeah, go ahead, I'll let you finish.
I'm sorry for interrupting actually, because talking about gaming pushes my adrenaline a lot. Like, I get really excited. It's something I really miss because I'm not into it anymore. So
well, we'll see about that.
I was gonna say like
because I doubt you'll stay retired for long, mark my words. Anyways, move on.
We'll see about that. So I was saying, like, not only then there is, I will point out some names, alright?
Right.
Let me start with Dota because it's my favorite game, no matter what happens.
Right.
I have some few like, but I am actually the king of in Dota. But that never demotivated me. I love this game, right?
Right.
I really love this game. Like, if I can still play Dota every day. But things I cannot do right now because
I do think that Dota has affected your performance in other games a bit, but I don't want to get into that much right now.
No, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about something really different.
Right.
Let's forget there are no tournaments. We are not participating.
Right.
We go back to the times where latency are like 300, all right?
Okay.
There are people. Let me start with Dota. There was a guy called Pyro Dynamics.
Okay.
know about power dynamics? I think you know. But
Well, yeah, I do know
all
about
the
it
old players
because you told me before. That's the thing,
and best player.
right?
Yes. All right. The closer. We ask him. We ask Jimmy. We ask Wolf.
So in the
all the
Dota
pioneers
scene,
of
they had a
Zenith.
lot of representation.
These guys single-handedly changed and elevated the level of Dota played in Bangladesh.
Right.
And to back him up with more tournaments and motivate the players, there was another person who I'm ever grateful to, Zia Rahman Galib, our so-called Galib bhai.
Well, এখানে আমি একটা জিনিস কথা বলতে চাই যে how this thing definitely changed Dota, because if you look at the league scene right now, obviously I coach the RV Gaming League team. A lot of guys don't know that. এখন আমি লিগের মধ্যে একটা জিনিস নোটিস করছি, that in league there is a lack of abusing the meta and trying to get better, because certain players are so much better than others and there isn't that much motivation to get better. But Dota যেটা আমি দেখছি, due to superior competition, because of how things were back when you started coaching RV Gaming, right? তখন যেরকম একটা competition শুরু হয়েছিল between the other teams and RV. I think that is something that really sparked a good amount of competition, because there were a clear top tier 2, a top tier 1, and then there were people trying to catch up to them. But in league যেটা হয়ে গেছে এখন, যে RV is winning almost every event quite handedly. খালি একবারই মনে lower bracket গেছে, and after that they own something like 17-0. Due to that, what I'm seeing in league is that there is a distinct lack of just adapting to the meta, getting better constantly. They're just happy with whatever they have, and that is, I think, that is not good for the scene in terms of League of Legends growth in Bangladesh. Whereas Dota is already they have pushed themselves to the limit. এখন Dota এখন বাংলাদেশকে internationally represent করতেছে, something League has never been able to do. So due to that reason, because we don't aim high enough, a lot of the League players might get mad at this, mad for me saying this, but that is the truth. That I personally believe the League of Legends player and all the players I coach, including Tariq and those guys, I think since they're the best players in our country, there is a very serious lag of where they're where they don't push of themselves.
This is just my perspective, all right?
So everyone is saying that your sound is lagging a bit, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Acha, how about now? Is it better now?
Yeah.
Because my microphone is not working, so I'm connected through the ground.
Yeah, it's a little wonky. You sound like a robot. Holy fuck, man! You sound like a fucking robot.
I am a robot. All right. So, should I just call you again?
Yeah, just
check.
Call me again. We'll continue the discussion.
Just give me like 10 seconds, guys. I'll just be right back.
Okay. Fenrir says you keep cutting Reaper off. Actually, no, I'm not actually trying to cut Reaper off. I'm just making sure that you guys don't have any problem hearing him. That's about it. But hey, maybe I'll try to cut him off less then. Let's see what's up. The thing about the connection with Reaper is that it does seem to be a little wonky. His microphone is a bit wonky at the moment. But hey, bear with me. Reaper I guess soon চলে আসবে আর মেইনের কি হয়েছে মেইনই খালি জানে, because not really surprised actually, but let's see. Hello?
Zenith, this is much better now.
Yeah, this is much better. Okay.
All right.
Anyways, people are saying that you're jerking off.
Oh my God, are these the trolls of Bangladesh?
Yeah,
really?
Actually it doesn't matter যে বাংলাদেশে যান আর যেখানেই যান, the trolls are always at the chat. Even if we have 2 viewers, there will be two trolls, right? Anyways,
I love all the trolls.
Yeah,
Trolls for life. All right, listen. So as I was saying,
main man is jerking off.
Liga অনেক mid-laner খেলছি.
Anyways, continue.
Liga অনেক mid-laner খেলছি. I've played with a lot of the best people in Bangladesh.
Right.
I mean, if you দেখছি কি League is not like Dota. League is
well, obviously it's a different game.
It has real less for errors, because blade game there is no buyback. Dota you can buy back, you cannot. You make an error, you're done. And League is almost near impossible to come back from a losing team fight. Almost impossible. Like it's rare occasions, right?
Yeah, Hasan Arifin, go ahead.
Dota cannot.
বলেন.
What is he asking?
No, he's saying if he can ask a question here. I said, okay, fine, go ahead, ask here. Go ahead, Reaper. Finish what you're saying.
So I was there since when we started as a reply chilo na. So people were innovative. Like the people I was talking about, like Paradigm, he was Mr. Innovative. Yes, he was innovative. Like this, they made the meta. They said what was to be played in this country. They drafted accordingly. But
right.
It's lagging again.
Yeah, your sound is lagging a bit, but okay, fine, it's still fine. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, guys. Please bear with me, and please,
you need a better mic, man. You need a better mic or something like that. You know,
I'm on my phone. I told you.
Yeah, but I guess the connection is fucked up. Anyways, we'll do the best we can, I guess. At the end of the day, Bangladesh এগুলো একটু adjust করতে হয়.
Like, but then I cannot realize it though, because I can hear you so precisely.
Yeah, you can hear me quickly because I'm using a pretty good mic right now. But he's saying যে পুরো stream lag করতেছে 144 তেও. Lost and things that well, is anyone else lagging except for Access Butter or whatever he is? অন্য কেউ lag করলে বলো. Weird. Actually, 144 people to lag করলে I guess maybe it's something. Maybe I think it might be something with link 3 or কোথাও আর কি হয়তো BTCL কানেকশনে কাজ করতেছে কারণ কি at the end of the day আমাদের কানে বাংলাদেশ ইন্টারনেট এখনো fully stable না probably that. Anyways, go ahead.
Because I would really love to talk about a lot of things. If people are unable to listen to us, then অনেক কিছু
মানে যারা আর কি অনেক কিছু আর কি মিস করছে the VOD will be there, so তোমরা প্রথম থেকে শুনতে পারবা. Anyways, যেহেতু এখন এই টপিকটা প্রায় I want to bring out something else. Okay, so I was thinking, what do you think about the Bangladeshi media's representation of esports? কারণ কি আমার মনে হয় it's a mixed bag. অনেক মিডিয়া আমাদের দেখা যায় esports is a up and coming good thing in Bangladesh, and আবার অনেক জায়গায় আমরা দেখি যে এরকম যে না বাংলাদেশে খুবই ফাকড আপ অবস্থা, আমরা জঙ্গি হ্যান ত্যান, okay, stuff like that. What do you think about the very different views of the media in terms of esports in Bangladesh?
The media is a money making machine. They don't care as long as they can sell. ঠিক আছে, ওদের কথা শুনে কি লাভ আছে?
So you're saying যে আর কি that, but at the end of the day media তো আর কি জেনারেল মানুষদের মেইন স্ট্রিমে নিয়ে যাবে আর কি, ঠিক না? কারণ কি এখন স্পেনে ঠিক আছে আর কি স্ট্রিট ফাইটারের ফাইনাল দেখাইতেছে, ইভোর ফাইনাল স্পেনে দেখাইছে, তারপর অবভিয়াসলি আ লট অফ চ্যানেলস ব্রডকাস্টেড লিগ ম্যাচেস, ডোটা ম্যাচেস, দ্যাটস হোয়াট আই এম সেইং। কিন্তু বাংলাদেশে আর কি দের ইজ আ ভেরি মিক্সড ব্যাগ। অবভিয়াসলি অত দূর তো জীবনও যাচ্ছে না যে আর কি ডাইরেক্ট ম্যাচ রিপ্লে করবে, বাট ইভেন দের ইজ আ ডিস্টিংক্ট ডিফারেন্স বিটুইন হাউ দ্য জার্নালিস্ট ভিউ ইট। সাম ভিউ ইট অ্যাজ আ ফাকিং terrorist making machine, and some view it as a up and coming tech thing, but no one actually views it as the thing it is, right? So that's what I'm saying. What do you think about this representation? Do you think there are people that should be worked on, or do you think amader nijeder mistake ase that we don't represent the esports properly?
এটা আমি দোষ দিব না, because we haven't done anything remarkable in gaming internationally. Bangladesh, there's not too much to be done. বিদেশে যদি if you could have done excellent, like international বলো, তারপর worlds বলো, ঠিক আছে, CSGO মানে যেটা হয় I forgot North America, ESC, right?
Yeah, ESL majors, right? The majors, yeah.
Yes, exactly. You play ESL, you do that, MLG, all right? You make a name for yourself. People will see this in a different light, but till then, we have to take criticism. There is nothing we can do about it.
Well, in a lot of countries like Sweden, আমি এখন যখন থেকে এইচএলটিতে কাজ করা শুরু করছি, ঠিক আছে, যে ফিনল্যান্ড, তারপর ডেনমার্ক, ঠিক আছে, এইসব জায়গায় যেটা হয় যে একদম ছোট লো লেভেল লোকাল আর কি যে ইভেন্টগুলো, এগুলো অনেক টাইপের আর কি কভারেজ পায় আর কি। আমার ওয়ান অফ দ্য গাইজ হু ইজ দ্য ক্রিয়েটর অফ dust2.dk, ইটস আ কভারেজ সাইট ইন ডেনমার্ক ফর কাউন্টার স্ট্রাইক, ঠিক আছে। ওরা একদম লোকাল ইভেন্টগুলোকে ট্রাই করে যে টিভিতে আর কি একটু কভারেজ দিতে, like a small update, even if it's just a bulletin flying over or something like that. But the media is constantly in connection with the esports, so kind of মানুষ aware যে হ্যাঁ there is a thriving esports community here and that should be done. But Bangladesh, I guess that is one of the reasons যে আর কি এখনো আর কি প্যারেন্টসরা অ্যাকসেপ্ট করতে পারে না যে hey, this is esports. Maybe I'll let my son do that. Maybe I'll buy my son gaming mouse, stuff like that. Because people don't see the reasoning or sense behind that.
It's understandable, but I have a point of view. It's it's a long-term process. যখন gaming land শুরু হয় বাংলাদেশে, you could actually count the amount of players in the country. Actually, কজন LAN খেলে? এত কম ছিল. Right now, you cannot count. There's players everywhere. You have not seen their faces yet. Thanks to the internet and less latency, people are coming, right? Let these people grow up. Let these people be part of media. Let these people be part of press, right? These people will help esports, give light to this, all right? The people currently, they don't know about this. They don't know the passion. They don't know the sacrifices all these people are making every day and night. They don't know the thrive to be the best.
Okay, so another thing that I would like to point out before we start taking questions, ঠিক আছে, যে এখানে বাংলাদেশে আমি একটা ইস্যু দেখি, বাংলাদেশে না, এটা ইন জেনারেল এক্সিস্ট করে, বাট বাংলাদেশে এটা বেশি এফেক্ট করে, কারণ কি বাংলাদেশের গেমিং সিনটা এমনিই ছোট, দ্যাট এলিটিজম ইন গেমিং. ফর এক্সাম্পল, আ কাউন্টার স্ট্রাইক প্লেয়ার উইল লুক এট আ COD player and say, hey, that game does not take as enough skill as mine, so that is inferior. Same for Dota. Some people will say, hey, tomother goal system is less punishing than ours, or we cannot spam skill shots like you, so therefore your gaming scene is inferior to ours. So এই কারণে যেখানে যে টাইপের একটা জিনিস ক্রিয়েট হয় যে we are holding each other back, in my opinion, ঠিক আছে, because there are no encouragement among the scenes. What do you think about that? Reaper, you there? Naki abar disconnected.
You asked them about a scene? I'm there. Hello?
Yeah, you went robot for a while, but yeah, you're back.
All right. To me, you go to Twitch, right? Go to Twitch. You ask people about a song. It's a Darude Sandstorm. It doesn't matter. You go to a Dota game. You watch a Dota game. League of Legends is animation. You go to League channel on Twitch. Dota is pure shit, money making machine, right? People will criticize it no matter what. But then again, Bangladesh এটা হবে, ঠিক আছে? Because people doesn't value the game for what it is. They value it by rewards. আমি শুনতে বলছি, I have heard people speak like, তোর গেম কত টাকা দেয় Worlds? তুই জানিস কত টাকা দেয় আমাদের? I'm like, guys,
so and then the league guy will say, hey, do you know আমাদের আরো 10 গুণ বেশি viewers এরকম, then it just keeps going on, right? Oh God!
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. But it's a never-ending debate. Let people be people and trolls be trolls. So let's start taking questions, shall we?
It's okay. I'll take a few questions. Already ask if I'm answered. Then I'll move to finally to the one from Ahasan Arifin. So the first question we had actually is for main man. But he's not here, so we're gonna skip that. Arjun likes it. Nafi, why don't you play at a professional level anymore, and why not go pro in Dota 2? What do you answer to that?
First of all, professional level, I don't have the time for it. Possibly, I will never have the time for it. Life gets busy here, honestly. This year there is not too many opportunities. I tried. I had my good time. I had fun. I made a lot of people. And about Dota 2, they're way better players than me right now. If I try to catch up with them, it can take me a lifetime, all right? I just don't want to invest that much. There are a lot of other things.
Okay, but if you did get back, if you did return, would you return to Dota or some other game?
Honestly, Dota, of course. What are you saying, man?
Okay.
Or because I cannot let go of my micro skills, can I?
Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. Moving on, our question is, do you guys think that BD players should stream? Our opinion about this question, and then Reaper can jump on it. Obviously, we should stream more. Because Bangladesh they do watch a lot of streamers, like famous streamers. But Bangladesh high tier players, they don't get to showcase enough. They don't get enough appreciation. Plus, now streaming is also a way to communicate with the community and show them that, hey, there are streamers and high tier players in Bangladesh as well. It can also if you can take it seriously enough, you can also hit it big with an international audience if you just play enough. But that's a very big distance thing to think about. But yeah, there is definitely nothing that suggests you should not stream. as long as you're comfortable speaking, interacting with the chat and stuff like that, you should definitely stream. Bangladesh esports can definitely use a lot more streaming. Okay, কারণ কি the series is the lack of it. অনেকে realize করে না যে বাংলাদেশে একটা thriving scene আছে in certain games because there are no streams or anything like that. What do you think about that, Reaper?
I completely agree with you. I would just like to add some points. I remember from my StarCraft 2 days when I was laddering on NA. I used to play versus this guy called Maximus Black.
I see.
I mean, যতবারই Master League আসতাম before getting promoted to the Grandmaster League, I used to play versus this guy. So, ও চ্যাটে দেখি অনেক কথা বলতো, মনে করো when he's attacking me, ও লিখতো, and this is how folks he's my opponent. He failed always, somehow.
Right.
So I'm like, why is he talking like that? Is he talking to an audience? So I look up Twitch. Okay. Because Master League to a player with a then I actually see that this guy is actually a legit streamer who gets a lot of donation. He's not a good player, but what he does, his entertainment is so good that people are like addicted to his channel.
Okay, so he was a charming personality.
He was a different personality. There's more like that. Like there's this player in Hearthstone, you probably know Forsen, right? Yeah. You know he's the hype.
Yeah, he is definitely like he gets something like 30 to 40,000 viewers.
Yes, also Stuparian, right? Mr. knows it all. You can bring him for Hearthstone, Dota, World of Warcraft, anything. He knows it all. Sing. Doesn't matter what he says. As long as he keeps his mouth running, people will watch it.
And
he'll only do Master.
And none of the big streamers are actually the best players, right? And you went full robot again. Full robot. Anyways.
All right.
Sometimes you just go full robot. Yeah, you're better now. You can, go back to your old point.
Okay, so like you said, actually the top streamers are not the best players. They're entertainers. This is entertainment after all.
Actually, I'm at a point. Let's say if you like a game, but you're not, godlike on it, you can actually start streaming a lot more. At least you have something to do with it. Just don't, instead of wasting time on it, if it's a competitive game especially, just stream more, see if you can get a following or something. Because Bangladesh hoga je country hok, everyone likes entertaining personality, right? So give it a try. Anyways, the next question we have is okay, I'm a female League of Legends player and I have faced a lot of sexism in matchmaking. Why hasn't BD still accepted this? Also, internationally there are female only events. Why BD then I can? I'll start with this, then you can crack it up. I think first of all, question.
Oh man.
I think question take to Flawed. Whoever asked it, because they asked it anonymously. Okay, so question take to Flawed. The reason I'm saying it's Flawed is because you cannot expect special treatment in a video game. You have no idea the amount of racism, sexism, or whatever the hell you want to call it, people face. You don't have to be a girl to face a harsh personality. কারণ কি আজকে সকালেই আমি কাউন্টার স্ট্রাইক খেলতেছিলাম and I went into argument with guy who was racist towards me, ঠিক আছে, and that's the kind of thing that will happen no matter what, ঠিক আছে. Those are the things that you have to deal with it, and just how it is. Anyways, wait a minute, what is this saying? Oh, the stream seems to be fine. Anyways, the way I was going, wait, give me a minute, I'm just dealing with some technical issues here. I just want to make sure nothing is happening like that. Did I fuck up again? If this happens again, I'm gonna be so disappointed. So Shakibul Islam is saying that the stream has been removed for violating. No, it's live. Okay, it's probably a confusion. Anyways, so jeta ami boltechilam to ar ki you can't really take that to heart. Sexism or whatever, tomar realize korte hobe even guys call each other shit all the time in matchmaking or whatever. It doesn't matter which game it is, League of Legends, Dota 2, CS:GO. The shit level is actually quite high, and you have to grow a thick skin. ঠিক আছে, তোমার thick skin করে you have to keep playing. It doesn't matter if you're a female or anything. That is something that will keep on growing, and you need to deal with it. And then eventually you'll find people that can understand you and treat you properly. Anyways, carrying on. আরেকটা কোশ্চেন তুমি আস্ক করছো পরে যে ইন্টারন্যাশনালি আমি দেখি যে ফিমেল অনলি ইভেন্টস হয়. Well, first of all, this is not practical at all. কারণ কি আর কি obviously বাংলাদেশে তো enough female players নাই. Can you even fill in a semi-final bracket with just female players in League of Legends? That won't happen. But I'm sure যে অতগুলো female player নাই, especially at a competitive level. So no offense, but these are rather stupid questions. Whoever asks them.
আচ্ছা আমি একটু বলতে চাই, ঠিক আছে? সেকেন্ড কোশ্চেনটা তো ফাইন, ইকুয়ালিটি নিয়ে আমি উঠাবো কোনো টপিক। আমি যদি একটু কথা বলি, মিস আপনি যদি আসলে লিগ অফ লেজেন্ডস খেলতেছেন, ফার্স্ট অফ অল আপনি র‍্যাঙ্ক গেমে কেন বলবেন আপনি একটা ফিমেল?
এক্স্যাক্টলি, ইউ জাস্ট প্লে ইওর গেম, ইউ জাস্ট প্লে ইওর গেম।
আর সেকেন্ড গেম আপনি যদি আসলে স্কাইপে খেলে থাকেন, অবশ্যই আপনার ফ্রেন্ডদের সাথে খেলবেন। ওরা যদি ট্রল করে আপনি কেন টেক ইট সিরিয়াসলি? Why would you play on Skype or Benfield or TeamSpeak is ratchet?
Holy shit!
Take what they're telling you. I'm sorry, but
no, you almost went robot again. Honestly, this show would have been so much better if you didn't have these robot issues. But whatever. Anyways, moving on. The final question, okay. The final question before I take the one from Ahsan Arifin is BDতে কি গেমিং হাউসের কোনো পয়েন্ট আছে? I don't think BDতে গেমিং হাউসের কোনো পয়েন্ট আছে, কারণ কি unlike Berlin or stuff like that, those countries ওখানে যেটা হইতেছে that there is a sense behind having a gaming house, because তারা ওখানে যে বুট ক্যাম্প করতে পারতেছে, there is a close by events and they can prepare for that. But Bangladesh just having a boot camp place is enough at the moment, because আমাদের এখানে ওরকম ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ইভেন্টস or কিছু হয় না that you can prepare for a long time, or we're not in a position where people will just swap between houses, stay in a long time for different cities, ঠিক আছে? So yeah, there are no adjustment to weather or anything like that in terms of our country. So gaming house waste of resources, in my opinion. What you should spend on instead is building a good enough boot camp that can help you prepare just before the events, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks, stuff like that. What do you think about that, Reaper?
Actually, it's debatable. I don't want to make this lengthy.
Go ahead, we have time.
Let's see what the future holds for the gamers. Let's see what the future holds for the gamers. But I do agree there is a need for a gaming house, but if there is one right now, it won't be successful, right? Because we don't have that here right now, not the facilities even. And it will be very expensive for somebody to run it, because of the various expenses the Europeans, the Americans, Koreans and Chinese don't
robot signal
like tomar Alright, oh man. Achha, let's go to Asanari's question.
Okay, so final question of the day. Anyways, the question is, Reaper, gamers from this country who intends to go pro has to go through so much like electricity, pooping, yada, and their parents after years of dedication. Well, when they do reach the top ranks, all they end up is with years of losses and education and losses from education, mediocre sponsors, which gets them nowhere and leaves them with regrets. What do you have to say to this? Reaper, you can take this, then I'll end it.
Achha. Ahsan Arifin, that's a pretty good question. I mean, Manashita Bobuna. I have very simple reason, very simple objectives in gaming. আমার স্টারক্রাফট ফুটেজে বলি, সেটা হচ্ছে I first hit Grandmaster on Asian server.
Right.
Then they told me that Asian server everybody can hit a Grandmaster. I'm like, that's the top 200 player of this region. They said, nah, go be a Grandmaster in NA. তাহলে বুঝবো তুমি you're a good player. I'm like, I have 300 ping. How am I supposed to hit it? That's your country's fault. ঠিক আছে, I hit Grandmaster on NA with 300 ping. Fine.
Wow.
This hit was a fluke. ঠিক আছে, fine. তারপর বলে ইউতে যাও. Okay, luckily ইউতে 200 ping. Youth it wasn't hard. I made Grandmaster in like 15 days.
Okay.
ঠিক আছে, then they said, all right, you say that you're so capable. Hit Grandmaster in Korea. A lot of people don't know this, but Korean Grandmaster
I'm very aware of that.
StarCraft hit Korean.
It's insane.
StarCraft
It's insane. Korean Grandmaster is insane.
And even hit Grandmaster in Korea. After that, I had no motivation or anything to play the game.
Right.
I lost everything because I know that now coming back to your point, I know that there is nothing I will get out of this game anymore. It was a fun challenge. It was a test. It was my test that whether I could do it, whether it was on par. What in the meantime, আমি তখন টার্গেট থ্রুতে কয়েকটা অনলাইন টুর্নামেন্ট জিতছিও বাই দ্যাট টাইম।
Right.
ওইটা আমার টার্গেট ছিল না। মাই টার্গেট ওয়াজ দ্যাট ক্যান আ প্লেয়ার ফ্রম বাংলাদেশ with latency of 125 to
Robot signal.
hit Grandmaster on Korea, যেখানে players like tell me when it's better.
Okay, it's better.
Hello?
Yeah, it's better now.
So যেখানে players like world champions like Grubby, ঠিক আছে, world champions like there is Blai, ঠিক আছে, they could not hit Grandmaster even living in Korea for boot camp.
Exactly, yeah.
So I said that was the greatest achievement in my gaming career,
Yeah,
not my tournament wins.
I can assure you that বাংলাদেশে খুব কম মানুষই জানে যে আপনি কোরিয়াতে যে গ্র্যান্ড মাস্টার হিট করছেন। So that is what I'm saying, that there is definitely a lack of appreciation here in terms of esports in Bangladesh.
এখানে যদি if you're playing for appreciation, you will actually end up with nothing.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, if passion, do it, but like a friend told me, do it with care. এত opportunity cost, এত problem create করো না যেটা দিয়ে তোমার পরে লাইফে সাফারিংস হবে।
Okay, Hassan Arifin, what I can add to this answer is that basically I have went through similar things, okay, and what you learn later on, যে বাংলা আর কি যে কান্ট্রিতেই তুমি থাকো না কেন, you have to always need to have a backup plan, and you cannot just go all in when you're living in Bangladesh, ঠিক আছে? You need to always have a backup plan and make sure that hey, whatever I'm doing, I can fall back on something. You should maintain your studies, stay healthy or whatever. Just don't go to the point where you will lose everything else. কারণ কি বাংলাদেশে আনফর্চুনেটলি এখনো ওই পর্যায়ে স্পোর্টস যায় নাই that you can go all in, but you should keep hope and always look for opportunities, because I think else out of that esports love. কারণ কি যেটা আমার ক্ষেত্রে, I played for a long time and eventually ended up becoming a journalist, and now I work for the biggest CSGO coverage site in the world. Okay, so things like that do happen, so take care of that and see how that goes. So yeah, that's about it for Take and Chill episode 5. It was a little shaky due to all the issues, but I hope you guys withstood it. And yeah, this is me, Salman Chowdhury Abir, signing off. Take care, guys.